Hello to those seeking charm and meaning in life. In the quiet of a remote mountain temple, a Zen master named Ryokan lived a life of profound simplicity and deep wisdom. Known for his serene demeanor and insightful teachings, he often captivated the minds of his students with stories that illustrated the essence of Zen principles. One day, a curious disciple approached him with a question that had been troubling him. "Master, what is the meaning of no gain?" Ryokan, sitting cross-legged under the ancient pine tree that shaded his humble abode, looked thoughtfully at the young disciple. Without saying a word, he began to tell a story that would illuminate the concept of no gain in the most profound way. There once was a prosperous merchant who lived in a bustling city, Ryokan began. He was known for his wealth, his fine goods, and his shrewd business acumen. However, despite his material success, he felt an emptiness within him. He believed that acquiring more wealth would fill this void. One day, the merchant heard about a Zen master living in the mountains, reputed to possess great wisdom. Determined to find contentment, the merchant journeyed to the master's humble temple. After arriving, he asked the Zen master, "Master, how can I achieve true fulfillment and happiness?" The Zen master, without a word, invited the merchant to join him for a simple meal. The meal consisted of plain rice and vegetables, served in a modest wooden bowl. As they ate, the Zen master began to share a story about a dragon who lived in a remote forest, guarding a treasure trove of gold and jewels. The dragon, the master said, was extremely proud of its hoard and believed that the more treasure it had, the greater its power and influence would be. However, as the years passed, the dragon began to feel more isolated and discontented, despite its immense wealth. The merchant, intrigued, asked, "What happened to the dragon?" The Zen master replied, "One day the dragon met a wise sage who told it that true power and happiness do not come from material possessions, but from within." The sage taught the dragon about no gain, the concept of finding contentment not through accumulation, but through inner peace. The merchant listened intently, the story resonating with him. As he continued to visit the Zen master and engage in simple daily practices, he began to experience a shift in his perspective. The more he learned about no gain, the more he realized that his previous pursuits for wealth and success had only masked his true inner desires. The Zen master guided the merchant through meditative practices and reflections that centered around letting go of attachment and embracing simplicity. The concept of no gain became clear to him. It was not about rejecting the material world, but about understanding that true fulfillment came from within and was independent of external gains. Over time, the merchant's heart softened, and he found a sense of peace that had eluded him for years. His interactions with others changed, and he began to live with a newfound generosity and kindness, not driven by the desire for personal gain, but by a genuine sense of compassion and contentment. One day, as he prepared to leave the mountain temple, the merchant thanked the Zen master for his profound teachings. The master simply smiled and said, "Remember, true happiness does not come from what you gain, but from what you release. The understanding of no gain is not an end, but a beginning of seeing life in its true simplicity." The merchant returned to his city, carrying with him the wisdom of no gain. He continued to live a life of moderation and humility, finding joy in the present moment and in the simple acts of kindness he shared with others. The story of the merchant and the Zen master became a cherished lesson among the disciples of the temple. It illustrated that the pursuit of material gain could often lead to emptiness, while the practice of no gain offered a path to true fulfillment and inner peace. Years later, the merchant's transformation was celebrated by those around him, who noted the profound change in his character and the genuine happiness that radiated from him. Thanks for watching the video. Goodbye for now. Subscribe the channel and like the video.